Welcome to 3 Word Story. I'm James.
I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast where we take 3 words from the app
What 3 words?
and improv the shit out of a story.
Today on 3 Word Story.
Nailed it.
Humour me.
All
I'm a
right.
humour puma. Humour me, okay?
Please don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Let's start your weeks today. 3 words.
What to the world? Who is your oyster? That is funny.
I prefer the cat, dogs offer pussies.
Jump in.
Jumping in? You want me to jump in? Because I'll jump in. Merry podcast to you, Dilbus Dimbledore. How are you, Avada Kedavra? And a merry podcast.
I was banking on people having watched that reel.
You were
or
what?
At least knowing.
You were banking, sorry. You
Banking.
were banking on hoping
Banking.
that... I mean, I think everyone
Banking on.
in the known universe, Dylan, has seen the... And that is why I called you Dilbus Dimbledore, because I think of you every single time, especially when it goes to the... Every single time I think of you. Do you like how I pulled the microphone away from my face?
Yeah.
Very professional. What do you say, Tom? Sorry, he doesn't say that. He says...
Nice job.
Thanks, Tom. Dilbus Dimbledore, how are you today? And why?
Yeah, not bad. I wanted to respond as Dumbledore, whatever the fuck you called me. I wanted to-
Dilbus Dimbledore is what I called you. Dilbus Dimbledore. I might do a few episodes of Harry Potter related joke names because it's in the zeitgeist at the moment. They've cast for a HBO series of Harry Potter. I don't know if
I've
you've
seen this.
or
I've
not.
seen this, yeah.
It's creating quite the stir because people hate the fact that maybe there's some diversity in this particular series now. So that is wound people up the wrong way because apparently fictional characters can't be anything other than white in the Harry Potter world.
Okay, so that makes me ask the question: who was then not the typical cast?
Oh,
Like
you don't
character?
know? You don't
No,
know?
I-
Okay.
no,
There's
really.
two notable.
Oh,
So Snape is
Uh-huh.
a black man. I think it's the guy who plays Doctor Who. I think he's a famous actor, very good actor. Seems very good. But who gives a fuck? You know, whether he's whatever he may be. And then Hermione is
Puerto Rican.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not
No,
quite sure.
okay.
She's not like. It's really going to sound awful in whatever way I say. She's not white,
Yeah.
right? And again,
That's fair.
that's absolutely fine. Good for them. Who gives a shit? But people apparently online losing their rag because this book that they once read, which I'm not sure if they ever actually described the skin color of these kids or not. Who knows? But because they were cast in a film once upon a time, apparently that needs to be that forever. But hey, they've come in, they've added some diversity, they've shown that the world is a diverse place, so why not? Well done the people involved. Tom, you say?
Nice job.
Tom is not racist. He's a not racist producer. He's a nice guy, and he likes a...
He seems
Nice
pretty
job.
consistent in his approach of
He is.
most things.
He is. Look,
Yeah.
hey, if you brought up anything out of order, you know, if you said anything like, hey, Tom, what's your thoughts on the KKK? Nothing. Just nothing at all.
Oh,
No.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not going to... That's not
I
going to...
got excited. Just a second.
Dilbus
That was a
Dimbledore,
joke.
I'm not going to give him
Yeah.
a nice job. No, he is consistent. He would rather say nothing than something negative. And that's what we like about our producer. He's a nice guy.
Nice job.
So,
Thanks.
Dylan, today we're going to find our 3 words using the map application, What 3 Words, and we're going to find somewhere today that where we think maybe an underground civilization may live somewhere in the world. So it's quite broad. But before we get into that, Dylan, let me tell you about a wonderful place that I visited that I cannot remember the name, that I copy and pasted, and now I've just pasted, and now I can remember the name. Tom, what do we say?
Nice job.
Okay, so yesterday, Dylan, I went with Ali and 2 friends to Team Lab Phenomena. Have you heard of said place? Yes or no? Tell me.
Is it a laser tag arena?
Do you know what? It'd make a great laser tag arena if it was. It's not. In fact, it is an area.
It is a
of-
laser tag arena.
Shit, I wish. I wish you hadn't got me with that one. No, Dylan, it's not. It would make a great one. It's basically how to describe it is art installations of a digital nature. Okay.
Okay.
So picture this. You arrive at said event arena in Abu Dhabi. Okay, wonderful city, the capital of this great nation. And you go there and it's a blacked out room. One thing I would say about this place, lighting is minimal. And I guess that adds to the ambiance, right? So you go there, you have a foyer, you're queuing, and it's pretty dark. And you go in, and then there's these tall pillars, and they've got projectors on every single surface of colors moving around, animals weaving and ducking, and you can basically work with your surroundings. So there could be petals, let's say, on the wall, and I could brush my hand over them, Dylan, and then they would move. Like I am the master of the scenery around me.
Okay, so it's
truly
interactive.
a magical place. Yeah. So you go from room to room, area to area, and you experience different things. There's one room, it's a big old cylindrical room, and in the middle is an impossibly black ball. So I mean, like you're looking at it, and it's like a silhouette, like a shadow. Like it just seems like, how is this dark? Like, am I looking into a hole? Like, has someone bent over and am I just looking deep into a hole or not? And then these fans come on and it raises ever so gradually and it's wonderful and grandiose, right? So it's things like this. Then we had some tea around some Japanese lanterns. And then, it was pretty good. This was the dry side, right? So the dry side is, as you would imagine, not very wet, okay? Then we went to the wet side. Now, the issue with going at the time we went, Dylan, is it was the holidays. So Eid Mubarak to everyone out there and to our Muslim friends, Eid Mubarak. The issue is kids are plenty everywhere. So what should have been a lovely ambiance and lovely art fixtures and a big floating black void for some reason was slightly ruined by screaming, right? So you get to the dry area, everyone's pretty chill, right? Everyone's just relaxed. Kids, kids are pretty good.
Put a bit of water in there, especially in the desert.
You put a bit of water in there?
Kabam!
Is what the kids think, right? They're going,
Kabam!
and you know what they're going to do? They're going to fuck shit up, right?
Okay.
So the first room you go into, you have to take your shoes off and you're kind of like mid-shin height. And there's like these floating, I don't know, like buoys almost. And kids are going fucking spastic for it. Like everywhere else, being calm. Here, chaos and pandemonium. Just the sharp smell of chlorine and kids diving over each other, splashing everywhere. And you're like, shit, I've just gone to a water park. So the wet stuff, I would either wait till the kids are back at school or not bother. The dried stuff, oh yeah, it was good. It was fine, right?
Okay.
So it was basically projectors everywhere. It was a very immersive experience. You were fully immersed unless there was kids screaming and shouting at you. But I would recommend. I would give that 4 out of 5 3-word story points for that one. Actually, no,
4 out of 5.
3.5. 3.5.
Okay.
I'm going to give it 3.5. I'm going to give it 3.5 because it's my fault for going when it's the holidays. If you could go on a Wednesday when the kids are at school, I'm sure, and you went in early, it would be a 4.5, 5. You know, but because of my stupid fault.
What's TripAdvisor out of? Like, it's also out of 5, right?
Yeah,
so.
but fuck those guys.
Dylan, this is a 3-word story.
Yeah. TripAdvisor were coming for you. You know, we're taking over, but everything will be related, and they'll be like, "Why is it out of 5 when it's 3?" And we'll go, "Don't you worry. Don't you worry."
I thought he was going to pop up.
You thought I reached for that, didn't you? So that was my start of my holidays. I would recommend that place. Just don't go when the kids are screaming. And Sadia Island, Abu Dhabi, mwah, what a beautiful place.
All right,
go there, Dylan. Have you been up to anything interesting for these merry holiday misses?
Yeah, no, I actually kind of started the beginning of the week. Actually started pretty well, but then after that, got a bit of illness. I'm not sure if it's kind of the temperature change. I don't know, but like I just woke up the one morning feeling so flat, and kind of just spent the rest of the week recovering, I guess. And not to bring the vibe down, but that was basically that.
That was basically
Double kill.
I am up on my feet again.
Yes.
And ready to rumble, as they say.
And that's what you keep saying to me. You keep grabbing me and saying, look, let's
I
rumble.
always say.
You are always rumbling. Well,
Ready to
for
rumble.
those who don't know, with the temperature change in Dubai, it's gone from hot to really fucking hot. It's basically a sweatbox out there. So it happens, right? There's air conditioning everywhere. There's germy wormies. But Dylan is firing all cylinders and he's ready to go.
Rumble. Just a correction.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Oh, shit. Okay. I thought that would have been a really good transition. Okay.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Drop it down low. 3-word story. Dylan, right. So,
Please keep it like that.
we wanted to find our 3 words based in a place where we thought we might find an underground lair. I don't know why. I don't know why I put Spice on Fine.
It's like a good.
Should we keep it in, Tom? Tom, no!
Yeah.
Okay, hey, get out the rubble, Tom. Get out the rubble. What do you say?
Behind.
Right. Fine.
You know what? That was. Could I just apologize to you, James?
Yeah,
I started
please.
laughing at the way that you pronounce something, which rarely happens. It happens to me all the time, and you don't shit on me when I do it. And then the first opportunity that I had, I fucking jumped on it because
just
I
hit me
thought
with
that
a-
was so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Fine. So Dylan, I'm going to style this one out. And what did you find for your underground lair, you dickhead?
Yeah, it was kind of I was unsure if I was going to go dark with it. I don't know if you remember the story, or like there's a book, Child in Darkness.
No, please. Let me know.
I think it was written 1985. I can't remember the author's
And how
name,
often,
though.
Dylan, are
yeah.
you we announced the 3 words, or the where we're going to go find it. How often do you sit there, look in the mirror and go, am I going to go dark today?
Oh, actually, like almost every time, yeah, 100%. Like, there's so many different ways you can go, and even with the story itself, I really sit there and think, you know what? Is it
the
this
day I go
direction?
dark.
But normally, what I do is I stick to my first instinct, and then I run with it, whether it's a good idea or not. I just run with
What
it.
mid-2000s comedy
yeah.
film can I parody out of this one?
That's coming up next on the 3-word story, yeah. But no, I decided not to go dark, not Child in Darkness. I decided to go
I am looking forward to the day.
mid-2000s animation, Road to El Dorado. That's the way I went with it. Or if you really want to, you can go early 2000s with Atlantis possibly. But no, I went to Cueva de los Teos.
And for those listening, the 3-word story at gmail.com. Do you want Dylan to go dark next time? Let us know in the comments of Spotify or the email address. Okay,
Gracias.
so we've gone to, sorry, again.
Cueva de los Teos, Ecuador.
Ooh, pronunciation. Okay, and what
Thank
we
you
thinking
very
we're finding there, Dylan?
That would be El Dorado. So, yeah.
And moving on.
And moving on. That
No, but
was
we said that it was somewhere where we might find an underground lair or civilization, right? So what do
Civilization.
you think's going on? Tell me.
No, so, I mean, no. Let's start off with that. No. And let me continue.
All right, drinking beer then.
I don't know why I started off my comment.
So we went to an improv class once, and they taught us yes and Dylan's taken that no. I'm not going to yes and. I'm going to
Yeah,
no.
people weren't too fond of me in that class because, it either started with no or I couldn't get my 3 words out that
Which
was
is
supposed
essentially
to.
no. Yeah,
That is
yeah.
literally.
So tell me,
the
no.
exercise. No, I don't want to.
Okay, so moving on.
So it's located high in the rainforest, about 2 kilometers south of the Santiago River. But basically, it's a cave with a vertical void 70 meters downwards. So
How
it
did you come
literally.
across this boy?
I wasn't there personally. I'll be honest. I did some digging. I did some digging.
I wonder why you came in with a suitcase and stickers from
No, I was
Salvador.
no, I just did some research, and I actually figured instead of instead of making up a location or just going back home in terms of caves that I've been in there, I figured, you know what, let me kind of scroll around, see what's up, and then kind of did
down.
some down, and went into this particular cave or came across this cave, and
I just love the thought. You're just scrolling around. Yeah, fuck me. Is that a cave? Hey man, hey cave.
I googled caves, and then I went for caves that could be linked to some other story about myths of people living there or civilizations living there, and that's where I went with this particular one. And yes, considering that I did watch the movie Road to El Dorado earlier the week, I was like, you know what, this links perfectly. Let me stick to that. It seems like it might be possible. And the 3 words.
Okay,
were.
so are we hearing of the myth, or is the myth related to the story?
No, it's literally the movie. It's basically this underground civilization. They have apparently found traces of human life down there, and it's basically this long tunnel and connections. This what would they call it? The series of caves underneath the main cave, and they reckon, people probably kind of survived or lived down there, and there's potentially still some routes or some paths or tunnels to be discovered. And
do we think that maybe there's still people living down there, Dylan? Do you want to speculate right now? Is there people down in those caves?
Probably not. No.
No. Moving on.
No.
And let's humor me. Humor me.
All
I'm a
right.
humor puma. Humor me, okay?
Please don't do that again.
What do you mean? I'm a humor puma. All right? Style me right now, all right? What would they look like? Let's say these cave people, they're so deep in this cave, right? So they're barely seeing light. What are these cave people looking like, and why?
Dylan, don't say something racist. No, what I figured.
Okay.
So to get back to the Child of Darkness story, I was like, you know what? That could be linked to vampires. And I thought about like the European section. And I thought, you know what? Romania, maybe over there. Like I'm thinking, that's the way you go for it. But no, I reckon they probably look somewhat Latino.
So you just think they're...
Yeah, I think so. I mean...
But they're not getting any sun.
There are probably some deficiencies within that for not being able or not seeing sun for X amount of time. But yeah, I think as a base level of human that's normally found in the area, I think that's...
So you just think they're just standard Central American? They're
No,
like,
I actually think they look like... No, they look like aliens.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like
definitely.
golems, right? I'm thinking just a load of...
It's my cave.
That was one part of it, but then what I figured happened here was it opens up. Like there are some myths out there that like the core of Earth is actually quite hollow.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay,
Now
right,
they
tell
really
me.
are going to label me as a nut, though.
Tell me, come on, I want to hear
No,
about
but-
this hollow core. Right, who's living there? Come on.
Yeah, animated characters. But no. It's there's some speculation that there could be a series of caves that leading to or more towards the center of the Earth, kind of having a kind of a different ecosystem, but then hopefully they would get their nutrients and kind of do their thing just 2 kilometers below Earth to what we do.
Okay, and you're actively speculating with these people based on science, I assume.
No, not at all. This is pure speculation.
You're not going
it's
in
a fun
and chiming in on the Reddit feeds going,
Hi guys, I've got some scientific evidence here. I found myself a cave in El Salvador, and I think these are just Latino people, but they go to the core of the earth.
no, you're not doing
I
that?
wouldn't say that out loud if it weren't this podcast, no.
Fair enough, Dilbus Dimbledore. So, okay, now we know that you are a complete fucking lunatic who believes in people who live in the core of the earth. What were your 3 words for El Salvador?
Toasting, gain,
Hey.
and promptness.
Oh, okay, nice. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing what otherworldly tales you spin with such intricate 3 words. Now, let me tell you, Dylan, about where I got my 3 words for and why.
Wait, James, tell me where you got your 3 words and why.
Thank you. I'm just wondering when you're ever going to ask me, Dylan. Okay,
that's-
because I want to know why where I get myself from and why. But no, I just have to spin along like a neglected wife, just saying things into this goddamn microphone.
So good at it.
Oh, thanks, Dylan. I really appreciate that. As you cheer your beer to me, that was a proper. If you were wearing a white beater, that would have been perfect. You're like, and you're so good at it, love.
You go on there. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, he's all right. You know, he says nice things to me sometimes. Right, Dylan, let me tell you about Wookiee Hole. Have you heard of Wookiee Hole
You
before?
slam your hand like that once more, there's going to be problems.
Kabam!
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
All
very
right,
bad.
what's
Was
up?
it? No, right, Wookiee Hole.
Wookiee,
Wookiee Hole. What do you think? I say to you, Wookiee Hole. What are you thinking?
like, and hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
It's just a hole.
I think and hole.
Is it a hairy arsehole? Yeah.
And yes, welcome to Hairy Arsehole. No, Dylan, it's not a hairy arsehole. It is, in fact, a location in Somerset, England.
Oh,
Okay.
hole. Hull.
No, not Hull. That's a completely different
Hole.
place. You Hole. H-O-L-E.
Hurry hole. Okay,
Holly,
interesting.
Holly. Hole. Okay, we're going Wookiee. Hole. Okay. Let me take you to the wonderful
Yeah, say
village.
it once more.
Wookiee.
Hole.
Wookiee Hole. Okay,
All right, sure.
not Hull. I ain't going to Hull. It's Wookiee Hole. Right. Last time I'm going to say it. Wookiee Hole.
Thanks.
Now, Wookiee Hole is a small town in Somerset, England, where I'm from. I'm not from Wookiee Hole, but I'm from Somerset, England, as I have said before. So, like you saying, oh no, I don't want to go back to South Africa. Well, fuck you, Dylan. I'm going back to Somerset, England, to tell you about a wonderful place, Wookiee Hole. Now, you're thinking, James, what underworld civilization is going to live in Wookiee Hole, England? Well, let me tell you this, Dylan. Wookiee Hole is a sensational, woven, intricate design of underground caves. You with me? Okay.
Yeah, it's
These
the
caves-
50th largest.
We're in the 52nd deepest cave in southwest of England.
Yeah.
No, Dylan, it is an ancient cave system. Which is what they call
That's
it.
the word that I was looking for like
it's
earlier.
System. Yeah, it was system. God, we
Okay,
are
sure.
so clever. And in these caves, they have stalagmites, stalactites, they have acid, they have little bubbly pools of witchcraft and wizardry. I went there as a child, a young youth. I've actually been there multiple times.
Explains a lot.
There are 2, and that's why I'm an underground person. I've been twice. First time I went as a child, a young little whippersnapper, the name James. And at the end, they had this witch pop out at you. So basically, you go through the caves. It's all very cavey, as you'd imagine. Very deep, very wet, very cavey, very dark, very cavey. Okay. Hope you're getting this. It's cavey. Echo, cavey. Okay. And at the end, for some fucking strange reason, I guess for the kids, but not for someone of my age, a witch pops out like this freaking animatronic witch. And then she's like, I'm a witch, whatever. I fucking flee and jump under my grandfather's jumper that he's wearing to hide from said witch. Okay. So the first time doesn't go so well for me. Now, on the return to Wookiee Hole, I was an adult. I was probably in my early 20s, right?
I'm going to sock this.
I'm gonna fucking sock this witch, right? So I go there and I'm prepared. Any tomfoolery that Wookiee Hole is going to chuck at me, I'm fucking prepared for you. Don't even bother.
I
Right?
actually think that's pretty embarrassing. The fact that you already, as an adult, being like, no, they're
I'm
not
like
going to get
Scrappy-Doo.
me.
I'm basically Scrappy Doo going, I'll tap him. And like everyone's like, yeah, okay, simmer
Just
down,
relax,
James, right?
thanks.
So
Yeah.
I'm tailing on the back of this group. Okay, I'm tailing on the back of this group, thinking I'll be last of the line, right? Because I don't give a shit what's behind me. Yeah, it's dark in here, but there's nothing scary. There's no witches. They ain't shit, right? And as I'm walking, I feel this feeling behind me, right? And I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in any of that shit, right? And that's why I'm at the back being a fucking hard nut, Dylan, right? Being a hard nut, going to anyone who will look at me and say otherwise, okay? And I just feel this otherworldly chill behind me. Ooh, just like, ooh, what's that? So I put my camera up because I've watched those stupid ghost like searching shows where they see the quotations orbs, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put my flash on and I'm gonna record it. Nothing there. I'm like, ha! Screw you, ghost. You don't have anything on me. I know nothing's there. I know witches don't exist. Fuck you. I'm the horse you rode in on. I watched the video back, Dylan. Guess what I saw?
Still nothing?
A tiny, floating, potentially dust particle, but also could be confirmed as an orb. It was definitely a ghost, 100%. I saw one, and it tried to spook me, and it couldn't get me. So fuck you, ghost, and Wookiee Hole. But yeah, in all seriousness, yes, it did literally like float across the screen. And I don't believe in this stuff, right? I genuinely don't. But it still gave me the willies. Okay, if I was, an 18,
and rightly so. I think so.
The willies were given. I had all the willies, right? And I was like, okay, I don't believe in it, but fuck you, okay? But also fuck you.
Yeah. It's kind of just putting it out there, just being, no, I don't. But
I want to get out of this cave, right? I don't believe that there is a load of El Salvadorians in the core of the center of the earth, doing their core people. But I don't want to go there and find out and prove anyone wrong because it's probably hot magma and I will turn to slime if I go there. You get me? So,
well, there goes that theory. Then.
Exactly, right? So there is the legend of the Witch of Wookiee Hole. Maybe I was haunted by her. Maybe I wasn't, but I almost certainly was. And she fucking looked at me and thought, that guy is a fucking tough nut. I'm staying away from that guy. And that's my story of Wookiee Hole, ladies and gentlemen.
And next time on 3-Word Story.
Dylan, you're probably thinking, what words? And I knew it was on the tip of your tongue. You're going to go, James, what words did that give you? And why? I knew you were literally about to say it, but let me do you a favor.
I always do.
Yeah, and let me do it for you. That gave me the 3 words for Wookiee Hole. And this is precisely Wookiee Hole, not even 4 squares away. It gave me irate, followers, teach. Capiche? Capiche. Okay. Tom, you ready?
Nice job.
Let's hit our 2 stories right now for a
double kill.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Dylan. You're up first today, as we pre-arranged this, because we've gone past rock, paper, scissors and all the other tomfoolery in games, and we're just getting right down to business. So please... Dilbus Dimbledore, let's start your weeks today. 3-word story.
Yeah, I think the flow of those words really makes sense. It's I don't think you said anything wrong, but you made me question if that was actually the way to say it. I was like, I'm not too sure that's the way you should say it. Right?
I know he's the native English speaker, but fuck that up, I think you're not wrong. Listen back and see on 3-word story. Did James fuck it up? But he edits it, so maybe he can stitch it together if he wants to.
Yeah.
Kabam!
All right, so we've got an interesting character coming in today. Yes. Now, as you kind of have confirmed, me believing that there's an ancient civilization living in the core of the earth.
Yeah.
Kind of basing or going on that, I also have a few bizarre friends. Now, this particular person believes he has time traveled all the way from the 1700s.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
to today's time. So he is actually he is actually or claiming to be Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh shit! You just dropped that on me. Just absolutely freaking. I love the pause. I love the pause. That
Yeah,
was good.
because actually I couldn't remember his name, ironically, but I could remember his surname, Bonaparte.
Yeah, of course you could. Which Bonaparte. Bonaparte.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
So we have no proof or evidence if this is or is not Bonaparte himself, Mr. Bonaparte.
yeah, I guess essentially. So I mean, don't get me wrong, don't be rude about it, but I guess you could try and grill him on maybe a few things that you didn't know of Napoleon. Maybe
Okay.
kind of ask him. You can maybe the audience can fact check later. Which they almost certainly would.
I mean, our
confirm
audience
it's bullshit,
is
but yeah.
exceedingly clever. I know that for fact. If they're listening to us, they are a cut above the rest. They're probably Oxford, Harvard graduates. They're probably sat there right now with their cigars and their ancient books, thinking, "What?"
Probably have a really smug laugh as well.
Oh no! Indeed, Christmas Krampus. So yeah, they probably would, Dylan. And look, we'll get this covered. And I guess between us and the listeners at home who are super pompous and super clever, we can figure out if this guy is or is not Mr. Bonaparte today. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll let him take over, and I guess you could ask him a couple of questions, see how things go. I mean, feel it out. He's a bit of a nutcase, but good luck.
And these guys in the corner with the instruments and the kind of like the striped shirts on, they're wearing like garlic things and those kind of like
Actually, funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
So he believes, on top of this,
Yeah.
that he is now attending a banquet to celebrate his achievements over the last couple of years. So he figured he needed somebody to interview him, and who else than the esteemed James from 3 Word Story.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we cleared that up because I've not spoken to these guys once. We keep making eye contact the whole time we're doing
Yeah, the
this.
guy with the tuba really seems to be.
He seems to have it out for me, right? It's really glaring. And I can just see his mustache just draping over the mouthpiece of the tuba. It's almost kind of sexual, and I don't like it, I'm afraid, because the podcast studio is also a bedroom. So I guess, shall we just let him in, Mr. Bonaparte, and I guess the band can kick on in, right? Very nice, guys. All right, see you, Dylan. See you.
Cheers.
Go on there. Yeah, sorry, you're probably not used to these, Mr. Bonaparte. These are headphones. Okay, Mr.
Bonjour.
Yes, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte. As I live and breathe, how are you today, sir?
I am absolutely magnifique. How are you doing today, James?
I am fantastic. You have a lot of you have good vibes to you, Mr. Bonaparte. I'm feeling the
Gracias.
smile. I wish we were recording this because the smile beaming on your face is truly magnifique, as you would say.
You know what? As I actually popped into this generation, I was watching Pink Panther last night from Steve Martin. What an absolutely hilarious character. Good one. Good one.
It's
on
good.
the show.
And out of 5 Bonapartes, what would you give that?
Obviously not my Bonaparte, but I would give him a solid 4. 4 better than the. This might be controversial, but I'm going to say it nonetheless. It is better than the previous Pink Panther.
Okay, that is
with Peter Sellers.
Okay, well that is when Dylan comes back, you guys can have a big debate about that because I know that is something that he would really think. Right,
all right,
Mr. Bonaparte. Let me think of some questions for you. What can we ask the Mr. Bonaparte himself? Right. So look, off the top of my head, I know you've been painted as some might say a tyrant, some might say a genius of his time, but a man potentially with a height complex. Which of those do you identify with most? Tyrant, genius, or short ass?
I would say D. I would say I am a tyrant, a genius, and a short ass, right?
Magnifique. Okay.
I just want to take a moment to cheers and make a toast.
Toast
right?
to you.
Toast to.
Okay, very nice, Mr. Bonaparte. Very nice for making a toast. That was making a toast. Okay, right. So to being a tyrant genius and having maybe a height complex, I hear word on the street is around these parts that you wrote a romance novel, right? And allegedly once banned women from attending certain meetings. A bit fruity there, Mr. Bonaparte. What was going on there and why?
Interestingly enough, and you can read this because apparently we need fact checkers ready all the time, but at one stage, and this contradicts it actually now that I think about it. But I once had to permit women in Paris could not wear pants or trousers without a permit. All right.
Okay.
But anyway, to get back to your question,
So they had to have a permit to wear them, otherwise their badge was out.
Yeah. No dresses, or yes, the ladies of the night were quite prominent.
So just lady gardens everywhere.
They were really ready for it any time. But no, to get back to the question, being a romance novel, you know what? I would like to toast to life and romance. And
toast, ching, ching.
No, it was me as a teen. I had my heart broken, and this really got me into the depths of my own heart and what else there could be for me. So I wrote this novel, and you know what? Did it land? No, it did not. But it is all right. It is not for everyone.
Okay, and was the novel pre or post you going to war?
Actually, it was pre-post and during, because you know what? I could not stop writing these novels. I actually wrote 26 of them.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yes.
and did any of them land, or was it just you
No,
reading them?
it seems on top of my letters to my lovely Josephine, my wife. These. I which I probably shouldn't have wrote it. It is kind of like a drunk text, like day after, but this is like, yeah. So no, not any of them really landed. No,
Okay.
But it was a passion of mine, and who is anyone else to put me down of my passion?
That's true. Anyone in the band?
No.
No, they've got nothing to say for themselves. They're just playing.
Guy with
they're
the
playing.
tuba.
Well,
Who are you?
well, I've got a message from Dylan, the guy that you've arranged all this with.
Good guy, fun guy. Yes.
Yeah, he is a fun guy. He is a fun guy. We call him a mushroom around these parts.
I thought
Very
you were.
clever.
Yeah. I wanted to make great minds think alike. The French do not really laugh like that.
That's
You
true. They don't laugh at all.
Ho.
Yeah, miserable fuckers. Anyway, so Dylan texts me this saying, people often say, you conquered much.
To conquering, I just want to say to conquer was you know what, to the world who is your oyster.
So I figured that he texted me this just so he could. So it feels a bit contrived, but we'll see what you have to say about this anyway. You conquered much. But also lost. How do you define gain in your own words? How do you define gain in your own words? That's from Dylan himself, little shit.
What a terrible question. Wait, how do I define gain in my own words?
Yeah. Wait.
Well, I cannot define them in anybody else's words, because my word is law where I am from. So no, gain is this might sound a wee bit dark, but gain was to conquer life, conquer love, conquer land.
Oh, wait, wow. That was
Magnifique.
Oh, wait. The band is revved up for this. You might not tell, but they have.
No.
They have just turned it up slightly. They are feeling nationalistic. Now, final thing before you go, Napoleon. I'm sure you've got many battles to fight. Stand up for your motherland. But for the modern listeners at home, for those who are not necessarily fluent in your work, what do you want modern listeners to remember you for? And I'm not just thinking the hat, the height, or judging by this portrait of you, a
Actually-
terrible posture. What would you like them to remember you by?
You know what? I would like to clear up something about my height. This was purely propaganda from the English side. I am actually 5'7".
A whole 5'7"?
Yeah,
Dylan!
exactly.
Dylan, did you hear that? Dylan, 5'7"'s good. Dylan, 5'6". Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that is great to hear, Napoleon. That honestly, you and D-Bag are two peas in a pod. Beautiful.
We are one of the same. And yes, so it was from the English that kind of misconstrued. I was actually a wee bit taller. Then
Yes, a bit taller. Nice.
a wee bit taller. That is funny.
And on that note, Napoleon.
That is funny. Hold on. What was the last question? Let me just.
For the modern listeners at home. As
To
you
the
were-
modern listener, that was a joke. No,
it's not part of your three words anyway,
I
yeah.
only make toast to real achievements and things in my life. What was the question? Sorry.
What would you like the modern listeners at home to remember you, Napoleon Bonaparte, the Great? How would you like to be remembered?
I want to touch on a few things before I let you go. So one is height. I was taller. Two, I could have arrived or I could have attacked earlier during the Battle of Waterloo. Yes, I admit that. And then, exile. Right, this was a big one.
Yeah,
I escaped my first exile, going back to Paris and becoming emperor again.
Is this when you were replaced by chocolate confectionery? You were replaced by the Bourbons, right?
This sounds right.
You
Yes.
were replaced. So how do you feel that you were replaced by chocolate confectionery?
Well, I just want to highlight the fact that I could escape exile. No other man that I knew up until that point could do that, except Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, you are, and
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you, the two of you and Dylan together would
Sparrow.
make a great drinking quartet. So that three of you could make a quartet. Oh. Okay. And so
But no, just to kind of highlight that I love life, and I am sorry to have laid to have passed so slowly, as they would say. I think I had a little more firepower, and I think I could have left on a better note.
Well, Mr. Bonaparte, that was a true enlightening experience. From all the way back to whenever the fuck you were alive to today, in
Merci.
2025, I feel like we've crossed a few bridges, we've shaken hands, and we've said, let's move on together.
What a lovely message, James.
We toast to that.
We toast to that.
Cheers. Chin chin. Stroganoff. Well, thanks, Dylan, coming back in. Okay, right, and the band's just squeezing by. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Nice job.
That's thanks. Yep. Nice.
Nice.
Thanks. Well, Dylan, that was truly a blast from the past. What a guest! I think that might be your best guest so far. What an absolute freaking grab that was. From
Is that supposed to be a compliment, or was my previous guest just so straight?
no, but
being like,
you've managed to get a time traveler. You've got like Napoleon is that's a big catch, man. That's a big catch. You managed to score that for the podcast. I've got to say, well done. So a big
Double kill.
Anna.
Now it's probably the time to say it's actually just this random guy I picked up from the street. His
I
name's-
thought it was
Yeah,
Hobo
so-
Jack. I fucking knew
Hobo
it.
Jack,
It was
yeah.
Hobo Jack.
Listen, he's got a fantastic moustache, and yeah, I think he does a pretty good French accent. So I figured, why not bring him on?
We right.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Dylan.
Yeah, tell me, James.
So it is incredible the synergy that me and you share. It is magnificent. It is truly, there is usually some kind of synergy mirroring between our stories, right? My guest today is it's not really. I'm joking.
Mein Kampf.
Hobo Jack. No, I have gone. We're getting continental Europe, okay, and we are back in 1662. Okay, so we are not too far apart, location-wise and time-wise. Okay, and I've got a story for you. It's been a while since we've gone back to a story. I'm usually testing you or creating some silly game, or is it prototype or not? Or, some of the fan favorites I'm bashing out. But actually, I've gone back to a story. I've been a researcher, a historian once more. Okay?
I like this. I like you tell a good story.
Okay, well, look, I mean, all I've had to go back to, Dylan, as before, is bare-faced fact. And that's what I have for you today. Okay, so I'm taking you to Nuremberg, Germany, 1662. Okay, you're with me?
Uh-huh.
We have Paulus Imhoff. Okay, let me set your mood, right? Guys in the corner. Do you know any kind of like German-ish kind of music?
But not too German.
Thanks, Dylan. Not too German. We don't want like umpire. We don't want it to be a bit stereotypical. We just want it kind of in the background. We want to set the scene a little bit. Can you put something together for us? Okay, cheers, guys. Thanks. Right, so, sorry, they're just tuning their instruments. That makes sense because they've just done French. We're going to have to do German now, so.
That sounds pretty
Sounds a bit
neutral.
American. Yeah. I think maybe if it kicks in a little bit, might be a little bit better. Wait for it.
Why do you know the song?
Yeah. No, it's great. It's a great one, this. Right, okay, thanks, guys. Right, so we are painting the scene. We're in Nuremberg, 1662.
Oh, no, now I know exactly where I am.
Exactly. You close your eyes and you can see it. You can smell it. It smells like shit, but you're there. We have Paulus Imhoff, okay, head of the council. So let's call him de facto mayor, okay? At the time, this was post-Roman capture. 30 years war has passed, and now we have Paulus Imhoff leading. With him, Jakob von Sandrart. Okay, he was a German engraver. Okay, he had just founded, in the same time, in 1662, the Academy of Fine Arts in Nuremberg, which is still going today. Okay. Now, another truly life-changing invention. Not say invention, let's say evolution of an invention happened in this city at the same time. The Fine Arts Center was founded. 1662 was the first time the humble pencil was mass-produced. Before, it was an expensive luxury, not for the masses. But in Nuremberg in 1662, they launched to the world the mass-produced pencil. And so begins our journey of Paulus and Jakob. Okay?
Oh, this is fun.
Hiya, Paulus. How are you today? Right, sorry. Let's messing with it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you shouldn't have said that now. Now I'm like...
Okay, right. There's no messing around. So we got... I'm Paulus today. My name is Paulus. Okay, and
Hi, Paulus.
my friend here is
Jakob. Okay, my name is Jakob. Okay, it's going to be quite some hard work to try and remember these voices, but I am Jakob.
and I am Paulus. Okay, so I am Paulus, the head of the council, de facto mayor. And
My name is Jakob. Okay.
so, Dylan, now you're introduced to Paulus and Jakob, a very in-the-moment voice that I've done, and I have now instantly regretted. So we're going to take you to the council meeting between Paulus and Jakob, and where we start to use the use of the pencils and the etchings. Okay. Jakob.
Could
Now
I just
we-
say, I am such a child. Could I just apologize to everyone and to you? Where the fuck are you going to edit this? I don't know. But me trying to keep a straight face, yeah.
Which is,
good luck.
for the people of Nuremberg, Dylan, they are dismayed because they want their history told, okay? So can we take this place seriously?
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. All right.
Can we take this seriously? Mm-hmm. Once and for all? Yes. Okay.
Hi, Sir Paulus. How are you today?
Hello, Jakob. It's great to see you. I'm just so happy that these mass-produced pencils, we have managed to give them to everyone in our humble city, Nuremberg. So everyone now will be able to humbly write in our alphabet, which has way too many letters when we spell stupid words.
Yes, I guess we do. Paulus, we do have a lot of silly words in German, don't we?
Yes, we do, Jakob. Now, I'm thinking, Jakob, now the Romans have fled our land. Maybe we can rule in a different way. Maybe we can take the humble pencil for the mass market, and we can connect with our civilization like no one has ever before.
Oh, yes, that sounds great. And maybe I can do my etchings. And if you don't know what etchings are, they are basically little drawings that you just scratch into things. So with, let's say, little notes that your people make and my etchings, we can rule together.
Yes, Jakob, that sounds like a great idea. Right, so this is what I'm thinking. Right, we supply the masses with little bits of paper. But because we are not a rich nation, just as of yet, what we do is we give them a single gram of paper. Okay? And what we do, we will use your etchings and we will give them out to the civilization with a short, sharp message. Then, with the single gram of paper and the pencil, they will be able to leave us a small little comment. Instantly, we will get feedback. Would you say that makes sense?
Yes, that sounds great.
So, with a simple gram of paper and an instant feedback, we will call the system Instagrams. How does that sound?
Oh, yes, what a great name. I'm sure it'll catch on and will be a thing.
Right, Jakob, for the first time, what we will do, I would simply want an etching of a cat. Simple, and I will go out to the people and I will tell them that all is good. Look at the picture of this cat. What a lovely thing to say.
Okay, Jakob, I'll get etching that and we will put it to the people.
So, Dylan, this was the first founding of the simple message to the masses. A simple picture, as you will. You could say the first meme of its time, and Jakob and Paulus are going to put out to the world their first message. Okay? Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with
thank
you.
fuck for that, because I don't know if I'm with myself. My people. I want to tell you that for the world, I want you to look at this picture of a cat. I don't want you to be dismayed. I want us to live like this cat. Everyone should be more cat. Everyone look at the cat and be happy. Capiche? Capiche.
It's very German.
Jakob, I think that went extremely well. We have all of these grams in this box right here that gives us instant feedback of what people think of this wonderful picture of a kitten that you have put together.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear about all these comments about my lovely picture of a cat.
Okay, well, let me look through these. Okay, so we have, I love cats. Yes, normal. Kittens. Oh, it's so cute. I love kittens. It's another one. And I can't wait to show my mother, my father, these pictures of this cat. It's so good. See, Jakob, we are bringing civilization together. We will unite people together.
I cannot wait to do so. Paulus, you're such a good guy.
Okay, let me look through some here. Why not draw a Dogenstein? Okay. What's wrong with a kitten? I hate cats. Okay, this is not very good look at all. Okay. Why not draw more dogs, you fascist pig? Okay, well, that's not very nice at all. Well, Jakob, maybe this time we should draw a picture of a dog and give it out to the people.
Yes, a dog. Paulus, I can draw a dog and we can see how people think. Some people want cats. Let's give them dogs.
So, Dylan, we have the first instance in human history of a comment section. Okay, and we see it falling apart instantly. Okay, what are you feeling so far of this take of 1662 and the world that will be? How real do you think this is?
I'm enthralled, and this is this could not be more true. The fact that Instagram took 350 odd years to actually get to where it is today. So evolution.
Evolution indeed, Dylan. So we're going to go back to Paulus and Jakob.
they've just done the drawing and they've put it out to the masses.
Of the Doggenstein.
Of the Doggenstein.
Of the Doggenstein. And we're going to go back and we're going to see how that plays out for them. Okay.
Sitting at the edge of my seat, I can promise you that.
Fuck you. Jakob, I do not know what is going on. The picture of the dog has just caused us more issues. Look at the comment like this. Fuck you. I hate your dog, and I fucking want to fuck your face in. Like, who even says this? I prefer the cat. Dogs are for pussies. It does not even make sense. That, like, it literally, a cat is a pussy and a dog is not. I do not make sense.
Yes, all I wanted to do is draw a nice, lovely, fluffy picture of a dog and a cat and look at people fighting one another. It makes no sense.
Well, what should we do now, Jakob? I am at a loss. We try and give people one thing that they want. They try and give other people what they want. And it ends in chaos. Pandemonium. I do not know what these people think in these comments boxes. Why don't we go out and speak to the people?
Ha! Yes, let's go speak to the people of Nuremberg. Alles klar.
This is good.
That's good. That's good. So, yes, young lady, you over there, please enlighten me. I am trying to rule the new Nuremberg and giving people what they want. Sometimes people want cats, some people want dogs. So, what do people want?
I'm just a German lady in Nuremberg, and the thing is, people are still worried about the plague, you know? No one actually gives really two shizens about a cat or a dog. You know, you put these pictures out there, and you get all these comments about the Katzens and the Doggans, and people are dying from plaguing. People are dying from plaguings, and that's what people are truly worried about, you know?
Jakob, I think I might be onto something here. I don't think that we should just simply be putting individual snippets without thought out there and relying on comments just of what people have to say about certain things. I think we should go and speak to the people, the real people of the world. Not just what is in this stupid little comment box right here, wouldn't you say?
I'd agree. And actually, as I'm looking at the comment box right now, I see Klaus over there just shoving 10 and 20 different of the same comments in over and over again. I don't actually see any normal people pushing themselves in this comment box right now. It's just Klaus, and I know Klaus just sits in his mother's basement all day fingering his Bunsensteisen, you know? So I don't think it's a very good way to do things at all.
Jakob, whatever the fuck your name is.
You went South African there.
Eyes, formally agreed.
All of me agrees, eyes.
I think we can do something a little bit more detailed for our population. They were worried about the plague. Why don't we not give them a solution?
Yes, Paulus, it is such a great idea. What are you thinking?
Well, maybe we can take a female sheepskin and write out detailed factual instructions on them. We could take a sheepskin and we can put them in some cylindrical vessel, you know, so we can take all the female sheep out there, all the ewes, and we can put them in these tubes, and we can have instructions of a detailed way to detail with the plague. What do you say, Jakob?
Yes, we could call it a YouTube.
Yes, Jakob, we can call it a YouTube.
Yeah, that one really cool. That one really cool.
It was so shit. It was so shit. Oh, fuck. Like, it was really pointless. Like, it is a fuck me. Oh, wow.
Double kill.
Oh, well, Dylan, I don't... I don't really know what that was. I don't know what my point was.
No. I actually enjoyed the story, but then that was the climax of the story. And then when you started laughing, I was like, oh, okay, well, that one caught you. But then I was waiting for the follow-up after that.
No.
And it was like, no, that we will call it YouTube.
It's, but you know, what I'm trying to say, I think, is is go YouTube. Go watch
YouTube.
us on YouTube with
Yeah,
the
there
Three
we
Word
go,
Story
there
live.
we go.
We will be recording more often after this, and we will be on YouTube. And I've got some great ideas of what we're going to do. I'm thinking we're going to do some a poker tournament in our characters live on YouTube one day. I had that idea yesterday. So it all plays into it, Dylan. It all plays into it.
And you were sober while having this idea.
Oh, God, no. I was absolutely off my tits on heroin at the time. But, you know,
Makes
that
sense.
is when the best ideas when you're riding that horse. And... and Dylan, what should we cover next on 3 Word Story? Where are we going in the world? Where are we finding our 3 words on the wonderful map service? What 3 words?
Good question, James. Back to you.
Okay. Well, that is a phenomenal thing to say.
No, if I had to guess, let's go with where you would find your made-up mythical creature.
Okay, right. So we're going to go made up mythical creature. And when I ask you what the fuck your made up mythical creature is, do
need
not
to
hit
know.
me with a no.
Okay, that's fair.
Right, it's going to be in my hometown in next door to where I live. And no, you don't fucking
No, you
get
don't
to know where
what
it is. Okay, so
Yeah,
we're going to come
it's
back.
a crab
That's not very fucking mythical.
with 2 heads.
Whoa! Next week on 3 Word Story.
Drop it down low with 3 word story.